What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package, as well as the next stimulus package named the American Families Plan, as well as what is going on in the world today. Pfizer is now seeking full FDA approval for their COVID-19 vaccine. As you know, they only have emergency use approval from the FDA, and they are now seeking full FDA approval. Pfizer has initiated its application to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for full FDA approval of its COVID-19 vaccine for people ages 16 and older, the company said today. This is the first COVID-19 vaccine in the U.S. to be amassed for full FDA approval from the FDA. Pfizer says that 170 million doses of the vaccine has been distributed across the United States to date. Pfizer says, quote, "We look forward to working with the FDA to complete this rolling submission and support their review, with the goal of securing full regulatory approval of the vaccine in the coming months." To apply for full FDA approval, Pfizer submitted a Biologics License Application known as a BLA. The FDA requires vaccine manufacturers to submit data on manufacturing processes, facilities, and additional information that demonstrates that the vaccine can be produced reliably and consistently. They are also required to submit a pre-clinical and all clinical trial data. The CDC also came out today and said that the virus can spread in more than 6 feet under certain circumstances, such as being inside and having low ventilation situations. A brand new analysis is out that global COVID-19 deaths are actually double what officials estimate, in some absolutely shocking news if this turns out to be true. Global coronavirus deaths are severely undercounted, and the disease has actually killed about 6.9 million people, a new analysis suggests. The estimate from the University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, the IHME, is more than double what official numbers show right now. The study found that in the U.S., a little more than 905,000 people have died of COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. This is almost 40% higher than the 561,000 deaths estimated by the CDC. This number would put the U.S. death toll well over that from the 1918 flu pandemic, which was estimated to kill about 675,000 Americans. Quote, "As terrible as the COVID-19 pandemic appears, this analysis shows that the actual toll is significantly worse," said the IHME's director. Understanding the true number of COVID-19 deaths not only helps us appreciate the magnitude of the global crisis, but also provides valuable information to policymakers developing response and recovery plans. According to the analysis, many deaths from COVID-19 go undercounted because countries only report deaths that occur inside hospitals or in patients with a confirmed infection. In many places, weak health reporting systems and limited access to health care magnify the challenge. This comes as multiple different states across the U.S. are removing their mask mandates, opening back completely up, and really going back to no restrictions at all in several different states at this point. Minnesota governor says that politicization of mask wearing is one of the worst things that's happened to this country. And Utah governor says the state won't mandate masks even in schools this upcoming fall. On stimulus news, President Biden is on tour right now, kind of campaigning for the third stimulus check package that has already passed to shore up support for it, and also to shore up support for the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package, which may have some stimulus items in there for seniors and senior care housing, but mostly physical infrastructure. That's called the American Jobs Plan, and the White House says it will create millions of jobs when and if passed. And also shoring up support for the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. There's about 15 different stimulus items, including a fourth stimulus check, Possible monthly recurring stimulus checks of $1,000 or $2,000 per month that would go until at least the pandemic is over is currently being pitched by Democratic lawmakers. We also have had several other big news items, including 2 years of free college, possibly 4 years of free college in this next plan, possible Social Security increases of $200 per month to $279 per month for SSI and possibly SSDI, as well as multiple different stimulus items that will likely be included in this next package, including an extension of the child tax credits, which are monthly payments that were passed from the third stimulus check package that will pay $3,000 for children ages 6 through 17 and $3,600 for children under the age of 6 in monthly payments starting in July, hopefully, if the IRS gets it together, and will be $250 to $300 per month per child. They want to extend that for at least 4 more years, at least, in this next package as well. Here is President Biden on the stimulus that has been passed, the upcoming stimulus, and the need for more stimulus coming out.
Good afternoon. It's exactly 12. I want to put today's jobs report in perspective. And look, when we came to office, we knew we were facing a once-in-a-century pandemic and a once-in-a-generation economic crisis. And we knew this wouldn't be a sprint, it'd be a marathon. Quite frankly, we're moving more rapidly than I thought we would. This morning we learned that our economy created 266,000 jobs in April. It hadn't been adjusted again yet, but that's what it says, 266. And listening to commentators today, as I was getting dressed, you might think that we should be disappointed. But when we passed the American Rescue Plan, I want to remind everybody, it was designed to help us over the course of a year, not 60 days, a year. We never thought that after the first 50 or 60 days, everything would be fine. Today, there's more evidence that our economy is moving in the right direction. But it's clear we have a long way to go. All told, our economy has added more than 1,500,000 new jobs since I took office. That's the most number of jobs created in the first 3 months of any presidency in our history. Just for perspective, in these 3 months before I got here, the economy added about 60,000 jobs a month, not 500,000. In the 3 months since I've been here, the economy has added 500,000 jobs per month. And this is progress. And it's a testament to our new strategy of growing this economy from the bottom up and the middle out. And it's a clear testament to why it's so needed. Some critics said that we didn't need the American Rescue Plan, that this economy would just heal itself. Today's report just underscores, in my view, how vital the actions we're taking are. Checks to people who are hurting, support for small businesses, for child care and school reopening, support to help families put food on the table. Our efforts are starting to work, but the climb is steep, and we still have a long way to go. Today's report also puts some truth to some loose talk that we've been hearing about the economy lately. First, that we should stop helping workers and families out for fear of overheating the economy. This report reinforces the real truth. For years, working people and middle-class people, the people who built this country, have been left out in the cold, struggling just to keep their heads above water. While those at the top have done very well, we're still digging out of an economic collapse that cost us 22 million jobs. Let me say that again. It cost us 22 million jobs. When we came in, we inherited a year of profound economic crisis and mismanagement on the virus. And we proposed, what we propose is going to work. We're going to get to 70%. But anyway, look, it's also going to take focus, commitment, and time to get the economy moving again, as we want it to move. We've got work to do, to state the obvious, we have work to do. But look, let's keep our eye on the ball. That's why the American Rescue Plan is so important.
President Biden given an optimistic view on what a lot of people are calling a disappointing jobs report, that basically we added some jobs in the last month, but not nearly as much as was expected. As we've been saying on this channel, that the economic recovery is going to take a while. It took over 4 years in the 2008-2009 recession or depression, and we didn't even have a medical pandemic or virus to deal with. We had just the economic portion of that. And for people to think that the economy is just going to go back to normal here within the next 60 days is just not really going to happen. It's going to take a while. And economists say the more stimulus that is passed now will actually pay for itself in the future by getting the economy going faster and getting us back to normal quicker. Will actually bring in more tax dollars because you're not at a lower state of economic activity and less jobs, less people spending. If you get back to normal faster, you're actually bringing in more tax dollars by getting there faster. This comes as brand new news that the Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses, as President Biden somewhat mentioned in that last video, it has now run out of money. And this is the lifeline for small businesses, which is what many people would consider the backbone of the actual economy, because it provides jobs for millions and millions of people. And without small businesses, well, this is pretty much their only help that they're getting right now. This program has now run out of money and has further prompted the Democratic lawmakers to call out for the push for more stimulus checks and more Paycheck Protection Program money in this next package, the American Families Plan. As you know, there's about 15 different stimulus items. Paycheck Protection Program money isn't even one of the ones that had been discussed, although we just got the shocking announcement that it ran out of money basically a month earlier than it was expected to, as the need for small businesses getting that money and being able to receive that money has been greater than anticipated. It's just another reason why they need to pass this next stimulus package sooner rather than later, get checks out the door, and get additional money out to Americans. While this is going on, the Democrats have been somewhat trying to see if they can get Republican support for either of these bills. If they can pass either of these bills with Republican support, it would be better in the eyes of America and in Congress if they can pass this with Republican support and not have to pass it through the reconciliation process, which is a process that basically says that Democrats can pass it completely on their own because they control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Well, negotiations have fallen a little bit apart over the last 24 hours as Democrats have begun attacking Republican Senator Mitch McConnell after some of Mitch McConnell's harsh words over basically saying that not a single Republican is going to vote yes on either of these next packages. Senator Bernie Sanders says Mitch McConnell said that 100% of his focus is to oppose President Biden. Not 50%, not 80%, but 100%. And this would basically confirm my fact that, or my thought that the Republicans are doing a Republican blockade, and they just don't want to support anything that comes out of the Democratic side for the most part. And again, that's just kind of my thought, because I just see that Republicans don't want to vote anything on coming out of the President Biden's corner. He says, if we're going to achieve anything meaningful for working families, we must use reconciliation, abolish the filibuster, and pass legislation with just 51 votes. We can't afford to wait. Representative Pramila Jayapal, who is the co-author of the bill for $1,000 per month stimulus checks that would go until 1 year after the pandemic is over, says Mitch McConnell is, quote, 100% focused on stopping the Biden administration, based on Mitch McConnell's words, not on recovering from the crisis or healthcare or infrastructure or helping the American people. Let's stop pretending Republicans are interested in bipartisanship and abolish the filibuster and deliver. This comes after the shocking words that Mitch McConnell says 100% of his focus is on blocking the Biden agenda, and basically sent a clear message to the Democrats that there will probably be no bipartisan bills that are anything major bills. We did see a very small water infrastructure bill passed for $30 billion, which is a drop in the bucket compared to the $2.2 trillion that Biden wants to spend in infrastructure. But basically, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is saying that there won't be any major packages passed with Republican support. So that goes to show you that the physical infrastructure plan and the American Rescue, the American Families Plan, the next stimulus package, will probably not be voted yes by the Republicans. And it's not that I'm Republican or I'm Democrat. This is literally just what's happening. So the Democrats are probably going to have to pass these next two package with the reconciliation process, which is kind of what I thought would happen all along. It's just the way the economic atmosphere is, or the political atmosphere is in Washington right now. We've seen this in the past. We've seen this from both Republicans and Democratic sides in the past. When President Obama came into office, the Republicans did the same thing against him then, and I believe that the Democrats did it against George Bush in the past as well. It seems to be that there's a 50-50 chance whenever a brand new president comes in, that the other side, whether it's Republican or Democrats, will basically just put up a blockade where they're just basically going to say that we don't agree with anything you say, and it's going to be a while until they do. So typically that does go away after, I don't know, 6 months or a year or more. As you know, we're only 3 months, 4 months into President Biden's office. So we're still kind of seeing this blockade from the Republicans saying we're not going to vote for anything. We did get one minor bill passed, a water infrastructure bill, which was, like I said, really a tiny, tiny bill, a drop in the bucket compared to what the Democrats want to do. And the Democrats are in a unique position that they can pass these physical infrastructure and the next stimulus package the same way they passed the last stimulus package, and that is completely on their own without any Republican support. They could put any amount of stimulus items in there. They could put any amount of stimulus checks in there. They could put any amount of a small business paycheck protection program in there. They could put any amount of free college in there, any amount of Social Security increases. All of these different things that are kind of on the block being negotiated right now between Democrats, including the extension of the child tax credits. That's one of the only areas that I'm seeing right now where the Republicans are actually on board, and that's with passing more monthly stimulus checks to children to go until 2025 or even higher amounts. We've seen two new proposals from Mitch Romney for $350 per month every single month for children, and we had Republican Senator Josh Hawley actually come out with a proposal for $500 to $1,000 stimulus checks every single month for people with children, and basically an extension of the child tax credits. So remember, there's that, and then there's also the push for the fourth stimulus check to be monthly stimulus checks. And you know, these things kind of go in spurts. It depends on what's popular. We had the student loan debt forgiveness, very, very hot, and it's kind of simmered down a little bit over the last maybe week or two. Right now, the hot item right now is people are talking about inflation and worried about that, and the fiscal debt, debt, the government debt. That's the hot topic right now, as well as the child tax credits are also a hot topic right now. The monthly checks for children that are already passed for 1 year from the third stimulus check package. We need to get more hot topics going on the fourth stimulus checks for all, not just people with children. Of course, it's great for people with children, but we need to get more push and more support for the fourth stimulus check, as well as the Social Security increases of $200 to $279 per month. So feel free to tweet your senators, tweet the people in charge of these packages, Senator Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and the president are kind of the most important figures when it comes to passing these next package. Tell them you want whatever you want: student loan debt forgiveness, you want the Social Security increase, we want the fourth stimulus check to be monthly recurring stimulus checks, because right now is the most important time where they're figuring out what they're going to put in, how much it's going to be. They're negotiating on these different items, how much they're going to be, how much it's going to cost, the plan. And really now is like the most important time on what is going to end up being added in this package. So I will keep you up to date with all of these different items. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below and join our family of subscribers. It's completely free to do so. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications for the first 3 videos of each day, which is 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m. And then we also have an 11 p.m. Eastern time video, but you won't get a notification for that. You just got to remember to show up. And don't miss any episodes because we cover different items in different videos. You can click this video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is about how you can sign a petition with over 2 million signatures to help pass support for the $2,000 per month stimulus checks. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.